What's up, everyone? How's it going? Hi, Kana. Hi, Sirentis? Sirentis? What's up? Hey, Lisa. How you doing? It's been a couple of days since I streamed, not too long. Since I've streamed, though, we got ourselves a follower emote, courtesy of frequent chatter Imsworth. Big ups, you know, jack-a-flap to that, jack-a-flap to that. It's my first, like happy emote, I guess. The first, like, nice-looking one. The other ones are, head empty, nervous breakdown, and passive-aggressive. So this is the one that's, like, this is the one nice one that I have. But how is everyone doing today? I'm doing okay. I've just been working a lot. As usual. You know, doing the grind. Getting that cash money. Speaking of work, let's just jump right into it. So I've done a little bit of is this illegal on Twitch? I don't think it is, right? I think this is fine, right? It ended up being a little bit more risque than I meant it to be, but I kind of like it. It's kind of fun. It's a little bit edgy, you know? It's fun, it's nice. And I like how I rendered it, so I don't want to I want to cut back, if you know what I mean. Anyways, I've done a lot of work on this. I pretty much just need to do the hair, which is the part I've been dreading. So we'll just give it a try. We'll just give it a go, huh? Alright, let me see. You guys can't see. Oh, you can? Okay, you can see my brush. Oh, you can see my cursor too as well. Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I like how the eyes turned out. I've got this new way of coloring eyes, and I think it's fun. Anyways. Yeah, the hair. Okay, this is the whole thing. This is the whole thing. Cute, thank you. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a lot more desaturated than the original image. I did that kind of to match my art style, but the colors are a little bit off as well, so I'll contact the raffle winner and see what their thoughts are on that. Because I'm also going to be adding, like, a lot of effects. Oh, that was the incorrect layer. I'm going to be adding a lot of effects to it as well. Because I'm thinking, like, maybe black background and she's, like, in the spotlight. But, yeah, we'll see. Alright, so light is coming from, like, up here. So we're going to put a little bit more shadow. This is a lot of work. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is going to be a lot to render. So I'm basically just going to go through every one of these curls and, do the due diligence. Pray for me, everybody. It's gonna be a lot of work. I started the hair last night, and I was like, okay, I blocked in light. That's all I have the capability of doing today. That's all I'm capable of at the current moment. And then you can see there's like these empty spaces like over here. I'm just gonna kind of like brush them. I don't know, like paint them in, I guess. I'm not gonna render like so many more curls. It's just a lot of work. I'm just gonna kind of like allude that there's more curls underneath. This is a lot to draw, you guys. This is like the most hair I've ever drawn on one person. I'm really excited though. I feel like it's gonna turn out really well, really cool looking. I feel like some of these like curls in the back kind of look like internal organs. Once I start drawing the hair shading on them, they'll look better. But you know what I mean? Like, this one kind of looks like, yeah, internal organs. I'm gonna draw, like, little shinies on them. And then you'll be like, oh, no, they're not internal organs, actually. It's just hair. It's just hair. Oh, these ones are tricky because I also have to like think about like these curls are gonna be dropping a shadow on these. Ah. But you guys aren't here to watch me complain. So I should shut up. What is this? I think that's just like... I'm just gonna color him in. I don't know where that is connected to. Woo! Yeah, this whole stream is probably just gonna be me rendering curls, by the way. Because everything else is pretty much rendered on this. Like, you know, I got the dress, the skin, the little shawl, scarf. Hair, yeah, it's gonna be a hair stream. Pretty much. I'm not even gonna worry. These empty spaces. I'm not even gonna worry about these for now. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. I saw a different artist that I like remembered from like years ago who did something like this, where they drew like, you know, a few very detailed curls on top and then just kind of like filled in the rest with like hair looking shading noise, I guess? I don't know. It's a cool technique though, so I thought I would try it out. And there's like, I had a hard time with the flats because you see there's all these like little parts poking out, so I'm gonna clean that up really quick. I've also been recording a speed paint for this drawing because Clip Studio has this really cool, feature where you can like, when you start a canvas up, you can just be like, you can tell it to start recording a speed paint of it immediately. So I don't have to do that manually myself. So I think it's gonna be really fun, like, watching all the, What's up, Zimba? How you doing? A jacket flap on your way in. But yeah, I think it's gonna be really fun watching all the hair get rendered on, like, you know, with the time-lapse feature. Oh wait. Yeah, the shadow's gonna be mainly coming from this side. Okay. More emotes. Yeah, we got the one! Courtesy of Imesworth. Almost, yeah, that is true. Okay, I'll draw more emotes in. Being your own mother is a lot of work. Let me tell you, I simply refuse to pay people for art. I've unlocked a lot of slots. I have like, I think I'm in the 20s of how many slots that I have. Oh, hello! It's Kaku! Hello, how are you? You Genki? I'm Genki. Are you Genki? Watashi wa Genki. Doing good, slept up. Nice! Been wanting to play games. What kind of games you playing? Or wanting to play, I guess. Then I get stuck watching. Do both! Do them both simultaneously. I've been getting back into Don't Starve lately. You're Genki too. Nice! Very good. That one game that everyone hates. What's the one game that everyone hates? You see, I'm not really in the know, so... So you can tell me and I'll be like, oh, very cool. Oh, is it League? I bet it's League. I bet you're playing League. Serentus knows what's up. Dang it, and I pushed the flat colors a little bit too far. I think I need to make the hair more saturated. That's like not the same color. I'll do that once the shading is done. I'll throw some like effects on it afterwards. Fortnite. I forgot that Fortnite existed. How can you forget that Fortnite exists when they have like the League of Legends characters in it now? Isn't that right? Didn't they get like the Arcane skins or something? Which game? Is it League? What game are you playing, Zimba? You never confirmed. My friend Angie plays League and she's really good. Oh, it's Fortnite. Oh, I played Fortnite once and it was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really bad at it though. I suck at these kind of like the MOBAs. I'm really bad at those. I can't do shooties. I can't do shooty games. Rio wants me to play Valorant with them. And like I've tried. And I just I get so distracted. I think like I really think it's the ADHD. I think the ADHD is making me really, really bad at shooty games. Raise your hand if you forgot Oh yeah, Master Chief is it? What's up, Red Widow? How you doing? Why not just play Halo? Ever since Overwatch killed the last remnant of my enthusiasm towards it. The only thing I've truly enjoyed were Genshin and Dark Souls. I've never played Dark Souls. I've been told to though. By a lot of people who want me to suffer, I think. It's not out of good intentions, I'm sure. $40 skin. $40 skin! No. I've only ever paid for skins in one game. And it was Don't Starve Together. That's what I'm into. I played Don't Starve Together. This game with amazingly deep attention to detail. It being hard gives a good sense of accomplishment. Yeah. I'd play it at some point. How are these curls coming along? Yeah, it's unclear what part of the drawing I'm working on. It's these layers and mountains of curls. This actually looks really nice. I'm happy with how this is turning out, so I'm doing a good thing. I still have to render them though. I'm not gonna keep them all cel shaded. I'm just doing one step at a time. Yeah, mountains of curls. I think it's gonna look really good though when I'm done. I hope that it does. I'm really excited to see the outcome of it. It's looking so good, thank you. Here, let's look at the whole thing. I don't know if this is illegal on Twitch. I genuinely don't. I know they don't like cleavage. Think it's fine? Yeah, who knows? It really isn't okay for Twitch. It really isn't okay for Twitch. It is just an illustration. And it's like, not like anything people wouldn't wear in public, you know? I mean, it's a little bit, like... It's a little bit, risque, I guess. Oh, yeah, not illegal. Cool. I know VTubers have been getting the crackdown on, like, side boob, though. Like, animated avatars aren't allowed to That's what I heard. Seen way more risque stuff being drawn from live people with more views. Cool, okay, perfect. I'm gonna keep going then. I'd wear, see, yeah, it's just like a nice evening dress. It's fun. It's just some boob. Stop being afraid, Twitch. Alright, I don't know how to render this curl. It's like... Let's do this. Whee, okay. Sure, rendered. I don't know. I have to think. Do I want... Did my cat just meow? I tucked him in. My cat likes me to tuck him into my blankets. He will... Well, sometimes he'll go underneath himself, so he can go underneath himself. But, when he knows I'm around, he'll just kind of, like, dig his paw underneath and then look at me and then meow at me and then he'll dig again. He wants me, he's so dumb, he wants me to tuck him into bed. So I threw a blanket on him, and he's happy as a clam. Nick DeKarma, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Now me, myself, I'm rendering mountains of curls. It's a whole thing. There's a few artists actually that I'm referencing for like how to draw these like tight curls. One of them, she's pretty well known. She goes by like Nachos Art with a Z at the end on Twitter. Nachos with a Z, not Nachos Arts. Nachos Art? Nachos Arts. But yeah, she draws really great anime. Including mountains of tight curls. Her style's a bit more painted though, so it's more of like, I used hers on like, where, like, I used hers as a reference on like the direction of the curls. I found not a new VTuber, but like a new VTuber to me, you know. I found someone who I hadn't seen before, who I realized that I actually did know before, who was a VTuber. She goes by Cilia, I think it's like her VTuber name, but she's on YouTube as under the name Kiami, I think, and she was like a Vocaloid tuner. And it was really cool, and that like really inspired me. And she's also like, she started like releasing like original music, and I was like, oh wow, I wish I could do that. So I've been in like a music mood lately. I want to produce my own songs. Oh, artwork and my notifications. How could this have happened? Sup? What's up, Fox Lunarius? How are you? Curl theft. No, it's referenced. Very epic. Having a solid day? Awesome! That's pretty good. As opposed to a liquid day, am I right? I've also been in a music mood lately. I think tonight when I have some free time, I'm gonna whip out the old 5-string A and see if I can get some recording done. A gassy day. Oh no. Oh no. Taco Bell. Ah, fair. Oh, I love Taco Bell. Dad J. Yeah, okay. How are these curls looking? Yeah, that looks a lot nicer. Okay, we're doing it. We're going in. Not that I wasn't gonna do it before, but I'm more motivated now. Oh, there's just so many! Ah! Okay. I'm better now. Okay, I'm gonna finish up the bangs, actually. I'm not gonna move on until I do the bangs. I'll start from over here. Yeah, man, me rendering all these curls at time lapse. Oh, it's gonna be one of those oddly satisfying things, am I right? I'm gonna upload it as a YouTube short, because I think those do pretty well. I don't know much about YouTube shorts. Everyone's doing this like TikTok form of video nowadays. And I don't like the TikTok form of video because it's just like always sound, you know? Like it's always, I mean, you can pause it, but it's like, you know, you just scroll through and everything autoplays and it repeats and it autoplays. I need some time to process. Oh, frick, my arm kind of hurts. I gotta move my chair up. New kids with their TikToks and their Pokemans. Crazy. You can keep putting out shorts regularly. Yeah. I know those kind of video forms do really well. So it's really annoying that, like, that's the kind that I don't like. Why can't the things that I like be popular? Are you sounding more and more like a dad? How do you get 100 Pikachus on a bus? I don't know how. You Pokemon, nice. I like that one. I'm using that one later. But yeah, like, I prefer slow edited content. Well, like, not slow edited content. I prefer not like only minute-long content. You know, I prefer my like my 20 to 40 minute video documentaries. Like, there's this Stardew Valley YouTuber I've been watching. I feel like I brought him up at some point. But he goes by Therm on YouTube. Like, T-H-E-R-M. And his editing style is just, like, super nice to watch. And then I was on his channel, I read his channel description one time. And he says, like, my kind of video, like, editing style is not gonna be... Or he's like, I'm going for a video editing style that's not, like, overdone with, like, too many stupid jokes. If you ever hear me use a bruh sound effect in one of my videos, feel free to take me out back and shoot me. And I was like, ah, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, I like this guy. But yeah, I don't like the shorts style, and like that's just really popular everywhere. Like I know EG Mom has been using Instagram, and she's been posting like short animations there. And she's been like, she's not like incredibly popular or anything, but she's been making revenue, which is crazy. One of these days, if I ever start putting out YouTube content, I'll probably come across the reason to use the bruh sound eventually. Fortunately, YouTube seems to absolutely hate small creators. I saw something recently, and like, I have no reason so far to believe that it's like not real. But I saw something that was like, whoa, this video got too many views too quickly. So we're like essentially blocking the content. And I saw that a while ago and no one's talked about it. And I feel like people need to be talking about it still. It's like those shorts to grab. Or it's like those shorts grab. Wait, it's like those short grabs to get. Yeah. Sometimes that seems to be the only way to get gravitated. To instead of just being the linking yeah. If a small channel suddenly pops off, they can stop you from seeing it unless you subscribe. That's like, yeah, it's like, why would, it's really, and I know this gets thrown like around a lot, but that kind of just really goes against what YouTube was when it was first created. Where did I put the hair layers? There, okay. Attention span of today's public is really too long for a lot of the channels that make... Yeah. I feel like a lot of it's like... And this also gets thrown around a lot. I feel like it's the effect of the pandemic also. As people are, you know, just because of the pandemic, people are on their, you know, they're watching media more. There are channels with under 100k subs who have videos out with tens of millions of views. Or they just decide that the proportions are too off and we have to stop any. Yeah. It's weird. I don't know like what they were trying to accomplish by doing that. It doesn't seem worth it. Oh right, I was gonna do the bangs. Shoot! The eyebrows are also hidden under here. But yeah, man, YouTube's kind of not a huge fan, I can't lie. With all the things that have been happening. It also makes me not want to try YouTube at all, because by the time my PC is built, there will be some new stupid policy like you have to pay to upload. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Unfortunately, I can. Like, hey, if you want to be a content creator on our site. I feel like that'd be the death of YouTube, though. Well, I mean, I feel like a lot of things would have been the death of YouTube, and here it is. Like the dislike button. It's such a bad idea. It's viewed as advertising for your brand. View what as advertising for my brand? The downfall of YouTube? The lack thereof? I'm confused. Have to be a small cost like 5 to 25 cents for it to happen and not get a huge no, I'm sure like I feel like maybe not like that, but like there'll be like a pay to promote or something like that. Instagram actually already does that, like pay to promote your stuff. Yo, what's up, Sin, that's what I'm calling you. Hope your day's going well. It's going pretty good. I'm drawing mountains and mountains of curls. Here, this is what we got. Boom. It's a lot. They are looking into NFT. Oh no. No! It's more annoying than anything. I just like want to stop seeing it. Wouldn't be surprised you could already do that. Yeah, that seems just like a really real feature. Tons of lovely locks. Those eyes are killer though. Gorgeous. Thank you! They send their top creators physical NFTs. So you mean just like things? Just things? Looks awesome, thank you! Just the play buttons, physical. It's essentially a digital photo frame, except it shows. Oh, I see. Wow, that's really cool of them. Really, really good gift, huh? What's up, Capalucci? How you doing? GFT? Or GIFT? Gifty? I don't like it. If anyone ever is wondering my position on NFTs, the real answer is I'm just very, very uneducated about it. Hello! Hello, Lord Vermeer! How are you doing, Attack of Flab? Welcome. Yeah. My opinion on NFTs is that I'm super uneducated. So, like, I don't know a lot. However, it's really annoying hearing the drama about it. And from what I have heard, it doesn't seem great. Good, yeah, I'm doing fantastic. I'm in for a lot of work. I've got a lot of curls to render. You know, so we're just hard at work today. You gave us millions of dollars in ad revenue. Here's our thank you. A physical good with less value for no reason at all. Yeah. I will say though, like, my stance is neutral, leaning towards, like, against, but I would not like an NFT as a gift. Can't change my mind on NFT. Yeah. The ultimate problem with NFTs, aside from the fraud, 95% of it being a scheme, there's no way to certify. Yeah. Anyways, I don't want to talk about NFTs anymore. Let's talk about something else. Like the Olympics scandal. No, let's not talk about that. Someone has already talked about it enough, I'm sure. You guys know any good animes? Oh, I don't know. Something happened with the female, like, free figure skating or something. I don't know. Fate is great. Ah! Fate. Oh, a serenade! Oh, perfect! Hold on. Speaking of animes, let's do an anime song. Yeah, Full Metal is good. Let's do what's a good anime song I can play? I've watched a few animes. Let me think. Full Metal Alchemist is like my go-to always. I can do Promise Neverland. I can do Isabella's Lullaby from Promise Neverland. It's like a... Oh dang, I can't play it! I can't play it because I can only play it with 2 hands and the muscle memory's wrong. Frick, okay, you know what? Full Metal Alchemist it is. Wait. Cool. Blue Period. I have heard good things about Blue Period. Yeah, from memory. By ear, even. I'm the music man. Demon Slayer concluded. I should probably watch Demon Slayer. People really like Demon Slayer. Music dad, that's how I do. That's the do. Unsub too much time. Hey. No! Listen, I'll start reading sheets. I'll do it, I promise. Please don't unsub. Takes a real man to be best girl. Am I best girl? Am I the best she? I've heard a lot of good things about Blue Period. I've heard from many people that it is really fantastic and I should watch it. Didn't Yoasobi, like, they didn't make like the theme song or ending theme, but they made like a fan song for Blue Period. Which, you know, respect. What is a sheesh? A sheesh. A sheesh. I can't believe sheesh came back. That's like what I said when I was a kid. I do sound like a dad. Frick, man. Spy Family. A really stretched out sheep. Yes. Tell me to go do your homework, but also stay on the stream. It's good background sound. Or focus on your homework. I don't know. Just be a good example, right? All the streamers are like, "Don't watch me. Go do your responsibilities." And I'm like, you know what? Maybe just watch my stream. You don't have homework. Go do your homework! Stinky? What kind of homework is it? Oh no, I was talking about a Demon Slayer, right. I should probably watch more of that. I feel like I didn't like it as much as everyone else. I don't know, I just didn't fall in love with the characters the same way other people did. It did it reminded me of Inuyasha though, so I didn't have like a bad time watching it. Been a dad 9 years now. Dad jokes pop up all too often or accidentally. Are you actually a dad? Wow, there's a real dad on stream. Wow, well congratulations, you know, for the last 9 years. What's up, Big Ham? Still haven't watched Demon Slayer. Might not for a while. Why? It's popular and it's out. The watch list for my usual media consuming group is too fair. I need to watch what is it? Evangelion. That's the one that kids were talking about many years ago. That's a big favorite, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll get around to it at some point. I started it a long time ago and then I just like watched like maybe 4 episodes and I just didn't finish it. I feel like that's gonna upset a lot of people. It's not what it's hyped up to be. Interesting. Record of Lodas War, if you love D&D or fantasy. It's the feels I always crave from a game. OVA, not the— okay, interesting. Doesn't help that every week there are 2 or 3 podcasts to listen to, and at least one of them will be like, I played this game, I saw this thing, I like this video. And I'm like, oh god, yeah. This game's kind of slow for the first few episodes, so understandable. Okay, I'll give it another try at some point. I've said this about a lot of things. I'm trying to find another piece of media that's as good as Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist is just like by far my favorite thing ever. Hello, what's this? Hi, this is a lot of hair. Welcome. I'm working on rendering just a lot of hair. Fenfel? A jacket flap, welcome. It just doesn't exist. A show as good as Full Metal Alchemist, you're probably right. I need to read the manga. Like, I'm not a manga reader. But, like, it's so good, I got it. A fun fact! Frick! I didn't think of anything. Frick. I'm gonna think about this, hold on. You know dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's? Do with that information what you will. Full Metal Witch Hunter Witch Hunter Robin, Helsing, Record of Ladaswar. That's my core anime. Ah. Now you got your fun fact. It's been redeemed. We move on. We simply move on. Oh, also, for everyone here right now, I'm planning on doing a Don't Starve stream tomorrow. With what we're thinking, probably Ryan Lovely and Sugi. Anime Talk. I think all I would recommend would be JoJo. Ah, yeah, I need to watch JoJo. That's right. Yeah, I started the first season of JoJo and I got bored. But I've heard like it gets better. I started all these animes. Ah, Oron! I love Oron. It's so stupid. What time you thinking tomorrow? Probably the same time as today, like 1 p.m. 2 p.m. roughly. And I actually kind of know how to play Don't Starve, so it's not gonna be one of those everyday, you know, I'm not gonna be one of those VTubers that just has picked it up, you know, picked it up for the first time, gonna test out. No, I've actually, like, I put several hours into Don't Starve. In fact, like, I think my my personal Steam account has like 300 hours maybe. It picks up once part 2 starts. Okay, so I just have to watch till season 2. Or not till season 2. I have to get to season 2 is what you're saying. You have the spotlight of the first season of JoJo. I see 3. Yeah, I put a few hours into Don't Starve. It's fun once you like learn how to not starve. Once you learn to survive. My main is Willow, the fire starter. Yeah, it's like 345 last I checked. We love an arse. It's fun. I used to have a server with my friends like years ago. That was like just like based around Don't Starve, and we would just all play whenever we were available. And we had like these nicknames in the server, and mine was Your Friendly Neighborhood Pyromaniac, I think. So edgy, I love it. I miss it. I've been watching a lot of Bob's Burgers lately. You guys ever watch Bob's Burgers? I feel like I want to talk about Bob's Burgers. It's my favorite show. Well, my favorite, like, not my favorite show. It's my favorite, like, adult animation show. You know, in the, I guess, like, kind of Family Guy, Rick and Morty genre. Yeah. And I have, a lot of friends who frequent more the western side of animation, like Bob's Burgers, Rick and Morty, that kind of stuff. And they've recommended to me that I watch like Futurama and The Simpsons. Because I heard The Simpsons is, you know, just classic. So maybe one day I'll get around to that. Weird one to throw out, but Toilet Bound Hanako-kun is different. I've never heard of that ever. That's interesting. Louise is so great. My favorite character, I go back and forth. I think of the Belchers, I really like Linda. And she's the mom of Bob's Burgers, for those who don't know. Of the side characters though, like my actual favorite character, either the Fish Odors or regular sized Rudy. Ah, Smiling Friends. I've seen a bit of Smiling Friends. I've seen random clips. I need to watch the whole thing. I have a friend who does some like kind of industry stuff in Western animation. She's done some work for like for like Vivzy Pop, like Hell of a Voss and Has Been Hotel. And she really recommended that show. I saw a clip of it that like has like stuck in my head since I saw it and just like makes me laugh an awful lot. Have I been streaming for 50 minutes already? Holy crap, it does not feel like it's been that long. Has Been was fun. I did like Has Been a lot. It was fun because I could like point out a prop in the background and be like, my friend drew that. But frick, what was I saying? Oh yeah, there's a scene from Smiling Friends that I saw that's like stuck in my brain, and it's like one of my favorite things that I've ever seen. I'll just like, I'll go ahead and link that in the chat really quick. Let me get that, let me find it. It makes me like really happy. Smiling Friends Jeremy. Okay, that's probably, I found it. I'll link it now. Boom! Everyone go watch it. It's only 22 seconds long. It's a saga though. Oh yeah, so in my okay, so in my Discord server, right? I have a channel where I just show you guys things. And there's a video that I've been meaning to show everyone for so long. I love it. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I wanted to make an animatic out of that with like me and my friend Sugi or something. I've been meaning to get into the animatic community on YouTube. I have to be careful though, because you know that runs real close with the Dream SMP people. The Dream SMP stands. But there's a YouTube video that I'm meaning to clip, or you know, I'm gonna do that now while I have YouTube up. You guys ever hear of Long Long Man? Hold on. Long Man. I just need to make sure you guys have seen this. Like, I learned about it years ago. And then, like, Jacksepticeye, like, made a video about it or something. Alright, it's in my Hey Look channel on my Discord server. Everyone can take a- oh, jacket toggle already, there we go. Love those commercials. Aren't they amazing? Apex Wolf Iron, welcome to the stream, by the way. I don't know if you've been chatting, so I don't think I've seen your name yet. There's a secret little... What is that? What is... Did I just not color there? I guess. Lurking. Ah, gotcha. No problem. Thank you for the lurk. Yeah, it's classic. And I feel like I don't see people talking about it enough. So I just want to remind everyone that it exists, and it's one of the best stories told on the telly. Yeah, it just gets better and better. It's a lot of curls. Can't believe I've been rendering curls for an hour. Gosh, I need to start, this is a thing I need to start doing, because I do a lot of, you know, I take a lot of commissions. Everyone's recommended I do this. I need to start timing myself when I do work, so I know actually what I'm, like, getting for what I charge people. Oh, man. I know I'm definitely, like, charging too little. But, yeah, I have no idea how much I'm supposed to charge. I have no idea how many hours I put into things, because a lot of times I'll just, like, spend 5 minutes on a drawing before I have to, like, go do a different task, or, you know, stuff like that. Or I'll just, like, be passing by my computer and I'll see something that I don't like, so I'll fix it really quick and then go back to whatever I was doing. Or I'll be like in drawing mode and then I'll like be also watching a YouTube video, so I'll stop to watch the YouTube video for like 5 minutes and then go back to like what I was doing, and then like I'll look up and I'll not even know that I was looking up for like 2 minutes. I am a mess. Oh, this is really dirty over here. I need to clean this up. This is what this time is for. It's cleanup time. Oh, that's getting really obscured. Okay. I'm hearing sounds. What is happening? I'm hearing like a scraping sound across my house. Ah. Frick, dude. I don't know. That was not what I wanted to do. Alright, I'm gonna finish, like, rendering in this curl. I'm just gonna color all that in. Who cares? No, that's not very pretty looking. Cryptids? Ah, they're in the house. I gotcha. They're here! Oh, here's another point of conversation. Have you guys ever seen, Kubo and the Two Strings of Fate? I think that's the full name. By, Laika. The stop-motion studio that did Coraline. If you haven't seen it, I cannot recommend it enough. It's a really good movie. I've watched it, like, twice, I think. And, first time I was like, okay, it's pretty good. Second time I was like, holy crap, how did I forget about this movie? This is incredible. 1 to 2, but haven't yet. Good story, the animation is awesome. Yeah, no, it's like, it's insane. Yeah, frick, I was watching it recently. I cannot, like, comprehend how people can do stop motion. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, I forgot to do these upper parts. Ah, hold on, stretch. I have to take a little bit, gotta take a little sip of water. No one to hydrate me. Got it. Ah, a little bit too late. Too little too late. I can't spit it out. It is inside of me now. So the light source is coming from here, so these curls would definitely get like a little bit of light. And I'll put a little bit right there. Perfect. Too slow, haha! If you had gotten it in time while I was still sipping, I would have immediately stopped sipping. I'm a just ruler. I've actually been having to, like, I got like a small glass of water. I've been having to conserve it because here's some fun trivia. Where I live, the water tastes like hot trash. So the caretakers, you know, and I, and Ijimon, all the people, we were trying to like figure out how to like have the water not taste like trash, because, you know, we don't like drinking trash water. So we found out. So we were going through like a bunch of different methods. We boiled it, and it tasted a little bit better, and it didn't work. And then we got like a Brita water filter. So we filtered it, and it tastes a little better, but didn't quite work. So what we have to do, what we found is if we boil it, let it cool down, and then filter it, then it gets like to a drinkable state. So whenever you know, just to have water around, it's this whole process of boiling it, letting it cool down, filtering it, letting it cool in the fridge, and then we have drinkable water. And I hate it. So like whenever we're like out, whenever we're getting like food or like at a restaurant or something, or getting fast food, we're like, yeah, could we have like 15 large waters to bring home? Not actually, but frick, man, fresh water, good tasting water. But yeah, we do filter it, and it still comes out tasting bad. So yeah, it was a good movie. The monkey was yeah, monkey. No, their names are literally okay, so there's Kubo, there's monkey, and then beetle. There's a joke about that too, where the beetle's like, if I'm beetle and you're monkey, why isn't he boy? Tap water here tastes awful, so my family tends to order big containers of water to drink. Yeah, that's what I wish we did. I break down every now and then. I go to the grocery store and I just buy like 2 gallons of water. And oh gosh, is it just so heavenly and sweet. Where's my light source? I get confused sometimes. Okay, cool. Alright, that's enough rendering on that curl. We don't need to completely render all the curls. I rub my eye and then VTube Studios like, your face is gone! Ah! I'm just itchy. Tried to pop back in later, no problem. Oh no, you gotta go outside. Boo. Boo. Good luck out there. Close-up of those curls makes me think of the anime drill hair when I first— yeah. I mean, it's essentially what it is. Yeah, except like, I kind of just drew, like, cylinders. I don't think these technically, like, connect. Like, some of them do, there's like, well, even, like, this is kind of garbage. I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't— like, these ones right here connect. These make sense, because they kind of go— well, not even, because this should go, like, around to here. Or, you know, it should, like, loop like this. But, like, they can— you know what I mean? Actually, this one makes sense. That one almost connects. So, yeah, I'm not actually drawing correct curls, but, like, they're so close up, no one's gonna know. Man, my eye is itchy. Give me a second. Ah! The illusion is broken. No! I'm a good artist. I'm not lazy. Okay. I gotta move on to these curls. I'm gonna fix this. This is gross. I just want to watch Kubo again. It's on the mind now. I'm gonna ask you guys a question and I want you to be real with me. Should I eat Taco Bell for dinner? I'm feeling it. I want a Baja Blast. Yes. The first time I can't let you down. You're a first time chatter. Also a jacket flap. Frick! A jacket flap. Welcome. Lately all I want to do is play Yu-Gi-Oh! I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been told by— someone told me. Was it Red Widow? I don't remember. Someone recommended me Someone recommended me Yu-Gi-Oh! It's super common. Was it you, Fenfelt? Wait, were you a first time chat? I don't remember. I'm freaking out here. If you do eat Taco Bell, you might make your own. Gross, but not incorrect. No, I've always been able to handle Taco Bell like really well, which is why I don't like hate it. Is this your first time here? I'm not remembering. That's my bad. Eat what you want. But you said you were feeling it. I'm like, do it. Yay. You know, I am feeling Taco Bell. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that was you. Okay. I am remembering correctly. Okay. That looks a little bit nicer. Okay. Oh, that's just a lot of curls. Okay. I'm gonna do a little bit more rendering, like around here. As far as the eye can see. Curls! I'm glad I like that I'm like, because I've never drawn curls like this before. Wanting some hibachi. What's hibachi? I'm glad I've learned how to like draw these curls now. It's just like another thing in my artistic library, I suppose. They mainly do it at Japanese places here. They cook it on a grill. Ooh. Just throw everything on it. Okay, I see. Like a Benihana style, or like... One point I really wanted to draw anime drill hair. Nowadays I'm more into how to draw robot moon. Ah! Do you like mechs? I know some people who like mechs, or drawing mechs rather. I mean, I'm sure they also just like mechs. I tried like a long time ago. I tried to draw like, cause like a year ago. I think they've since like dispersed. But there was this like VTuber group called Clarity EN, and they were just like a bunch of boys, and they were all mechs, and I thought it was really cool. Actually, I think Zway was in that group. Zway frequents chat here sometimes. But yeah, like, so like, they were all like doing a thing and they got me in the mood. I'm like, ah, that looks really cool. I want to draw robots now. So I designed myself like a mech suit. But I couldn't get the perspective right because I tried to like make part of it in Blender. I just like went all out. I mean, super complicated mechs are cool, but I think some of the more style of robots or of Metabot kind of like are kind of more simple, if that makes. Okay, yeah. No, that's fun. I get it. I wish I could draw like robots or mechs. I need to diversify the amount that I can draw, or like, you know, the things that I can draw, because I can draw people and I like character design, but like that's all I can do. I hardly ever draw like environments and stuff, and I really wish that I could. I just need to do it. Well, like what happens is like I start an environment and then I just like, I never do anything with it because I'm like, oh, this doesn't look good, and then I just never finish it, which is a really dumb thing to do. Don't ever do that, you guys. By the way, if you're like, oh, this is stupid, I'm not gonna like put any more work into this, I don't like how this looks, don't do that, because that's what I do. And then like I'll look back at it a year later and I'll be like, this is good, why didn't I finish this? Frick. And I don't know why this happens. I don't know why I can't see things that are like pretty decent at the time. Why does it take me a year? Frick, dude. I don't know. If you look at something long enough, you begin to hate it. Yeah, that is true. That's why I never record singing covers. Because I'm always listening to my voice, right? Then I record it. And people tell me it's like... People tell me like I don't sing bad. And I don't think I'm like the worst singer in the world. But like... I just like hate the tone of my voice. Oh, when I'm singing. Whoa, whoa, lots of people are chatting. Wish I could draw or color and stay in the lines halfway decently. You're doing great. Thank you. See, with digital art, you can do tricks to stay in the lines. I mean, for instance, like, you know, there's undo and redo. That's the big one. But there's also like masks and crap. Lately, what I've been doing is getting a 3D software. Frick, I need to scroll up in chat. You guys are going too fast. Software / putting boxes in for the environments and just changing the field of view to assist with the environment. I've seen people do that. I know like people who will make an environment in like Sims or Minecraft or even like Animal Crossing, and then they'll like trace over it for their illustration or trace over like parts of it, you know. Helps to take a break and look back with fresh eyes. That's like my biggest art. Like that's my biggest piece of advice if I ever have to like give artistic advice to people. It's like do as much work as you can, and then when you have to take a break, don't look at like what you were doing for like an entire day, and then get back to it. It makes it way more bearable, and you can adjust the camera to focus. Yeah. I need to do that more. I need to start using 3D tools and stop like thinking that it's cheating. I once read that taking breaks and the like on drawing is important because one tends to develop. Yes, absolutely, this is true. Maybe it was drawing without closing in so much. I can't remember, honestly. Do I have any update on that music duet? Yes, actually I do. Yeah, I do have an update on that. The mixer has confirmed, and we are in the process of recording parts right now. So, like, it is 100% happening. I just need to get over myself. Yeah. And I'm really excited about it. And the person I'm duetting with is really excited about it, which makes it better. Yeah, I remember the person who did that. Yeah. Everyone cheat on your art. But don't trade. What the heck? Did my phone buzz? What just happened? It didn't give me a notification. But yeah, a cover is happening. I think the mixer said, it would take, like... Oh, okay, that's fine. Whatever. The mixer said, like, once he gets all the recorded parts, it would take him, like, a week or two to get everything mixed. Why is my phone buzzing? What's happening here? Let me check really quick. Okay. I think we're good. Same thing with editing footage. Choose something you made can be funny at first, but after working on it for like an hour, you begin. Yes. I get that. When I write, like sometimes I'll write lyrics and stuff, and none of my lyrics have ever seen the light of day, by the way. And I hope one day they will. But again, gotta get over myself. But when I write lyrics, like, I'll, like, come up with a line in my head. I'm like, this is the best line that I've ever heard in my life. Go, Store Kid Oliver! Thank you so much for the follow! Jack of Laps, welcome! Feel free to join in chat, or don't if you want to. But, check out my Discord. We talk there sometimes. I show off, like, I don't know, art. Everyone else shows off art. It's fun. And also other things. But yeah. The classic working backwards from one neat idea. Yeah. That's kind of what I do. That's I mean, okay, so when I write songs, and this is the whole process, not just producing. Like when I like have an idea for like a song with lyrics, usually I start with like a track. And then I develop an idea, like a lyrical idea off of the track. But yeah, okay, so yeah, I write like one line of lyric, and I'm like, this is the best thing that's like graced God's good earth. Holy crap. And then I try to write anything else off of that, and I'm like, this is trash. Oh my gosh, this is the worst thing I've ever written. And then I look back at the lyric that I wrote, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is garbage. And this is why no one will ever hear my lyrics. Something I heard recently is to make a word ladder. You pick 2 random things or concepts and then write 10 words relating to each. Then start drawing like, oh, interesting. Okay. You end up with some junk, but you'd also find more ways to combine words in a unique way. That is interesting. I might ask you more about that later. Because boy, do I need help. Because like, okay, so I have like songs that I've been working on for like literally years. And it's easy for me to do this because I have no deadline and no plan to ever, honestly publish any of these. I'd like to, but I just have, you know, what happens is I always just have other things that are happening. But yeah, so I have lyrics. I've never written a full set of lyrics for a song before, I think. I have like full choruses and I have full verses sometimes, but I never have a full song. And another thing is whenever I write music, I refuse to like write a one chord progression song. So like I have to like come up with like other chord progressions, which isn't like that hard actually, but it's like also like coming up with melodies on top of the other chord progressions. Remake My Hands Are Bananas. My hands are bananas. But yeah, it's wild, man. But yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, is I found that one Vocaloid tuner, who I guess is now a Vocaloid producer, good for her. But she became a VTuber and she's been like singing and producing her own stuff and also doing her own live 2D, and I'm like, that could be me if I got over myself. Frick. I want to get into music production. Oh, it's just so tricky. Like I make a beat or I make a track and like the pieces just don't fit together. And I don't know if that's me like overthinking it. Yeah, that's the other thing, is I never know if it's me overthinking it or if the track actually sounds like garbage. Or just BGM is the most iconic theme I've ever— Hey! I'm glad you think so. Very unique, thank you. I'm pretty happy. I had a lot of drafts of this BGM. Red Widow knows. I have to make some older style dubstep tracks, but I also can't stand to make one section of a song that's too repetitive for the whole energy of a track, so I end up needing more sounds than I usually would. Yeah. That's my thing too. Is I don't want to repeat chord progressions for like— well, I think the verses and the I think the verse and the chorus, they're allowed to have the same chord progression, but I think the bridge has to have a different chord progression. Like for a song. Like even like this song. Why is my phone buzzing? The only reason it would be— hold on, I'm checking this crap out. What is happening here? The only reason my phone would be buzzing— okay, yep, I was correct— is the only reason my phone would be buzzing without giving me a banner notification is because something on Reddit is happening. No, it's not. Yeah, it's— I don't know why, but the way Reddit notifications work on my phone. Here's the summary. I got like kind of famous on Reddit for something I did on one of my alt accounts. Or actually it was like my past like identity, I guess, I don't know. And bots will every now and then repost some of the things that I've done. And then everyone will be like, this is actually this person's post, because everyone who is part of that community knows who I— yeah, I'm kind of famous on Reddit. I've got a lot of karma on Reddit. You're talking to a real celebrity here of Reddit. But yeah, bots like to repost my stuff, so that will happen sometimes. Maybe one day I'll tell you guys about my old accounts, because I did some fun stuff on them. It'd be fun to share. Some of the stuff I did on my with like my old identity, it's a lot more famous than this, or like a lot more has had a lot more reach than the stuff I've done as RJ. Not to get back into NFTs or anything, but an NFT streaming site stole my— yeah, I saw something like that was happening. Frick! They're just lighting up my phone. I need to— can I turn off Reddit notifications? Hold on, I'm doing that really quick. And like, this always happens. This always happens. Where they... Oh wait, this wasn't a bot. This was just a real person. Okay. Weird. Anyways. How do I stop Reddit notifications? It's so annoying. Oh, it's not even worth it. Whatever. I don't want to detract from this stream too much. I don't know, everyone likes to come to my rescue and be like, this is this person's work! Don't repost it! I'm like, thanks guys. I appreciate it. Everyone knows, but I do appreciate it. You know. It's hard being famous. Hi Creamfee, welcome to the stream, Jack of Flaps! Join my Discord! Hold on. Yeah, NFTs suck. I'll be back in a couple minutes, no problem. Go find the word for a music thing I want to talk about. Alrighty. I like talking about music things. My raid, I made like a custom image for raids and hosts. And, it's like a picture of me holding up a sign. Actually, let me I can pull that up really quick. I'll just show you guys. Been painting. Hey, nice! Have you been doing like digital painting or like real painting? I shouldn't say real painting. People don't like that. Or like traditional painting. Ah, oh, it is traditional. Very cool. I see. What medium are you doing? Oh, frick. Siri thought I said hello. No, get out of here. You doing like oils, watercolor, acrylic? Gouache! That's interesting. Ijimam. Rumi Ijimam paints a lot with gouache. I should open CSP and get to work on my latest sketch. Do it! No procrastination. Anyways, I'm procrastinating now because I want to show you guys my new alerts. Where did I put them? Oh, here it is. Open with Clip Studio Paint. Yeah, so I made this image for my for whenever I get rated or like hosted. And no one's ever asked me about chord progressions. I think except for like a couple people. People don't ask me about chord progressions! Frick! Anyways, back to curls. After I finish this duel in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where I'm getting destroyed. Uh-oh! Rut-row SpaghettiOs. No problem. No problem, Sin. That's okay. And my ukulele. Oh yeah, he's over there. He's chilling. I can just play chords. There's a lot of cool. Actually, I do have a piano. Like, well, I have my keyboard. Penfell is still turning. It's still turn 1, slapping down 100 cards. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I have a keyboard, the 100-year-old keyboard. But yeah, piano keyboard. And it's connected to my interface, so if I turned it on, you guys would be able to hear it. I wouldn't, but you guys would. Actually, I did get another free keyboard recently. This one's modulation wheel is broken. So like sometimes like the pitch will just shift up on the keys, from what I've heard. I haven't actually plugged it in and tried it out or anything, because I don't have an amp. Or my amp is currently being loaned out to someone else, rather. And they haven't returned it, so I haven't been able to test out this new old keyboard. You know, all working up to the Nord Stage 3. I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about that Nord Stage 3. I've also been thinking about whether I should get this Nord Stage 3 or the Nord Piano 5, because the Piano 5, or the Piano 4 rather, because the Piano 4 would be just a lot cheaper, but the Nord Stage 3 doubles as a synth, and you can do synth things with it. And I also want to get a talk box. Is it called a talk box or a talking box? I think it's called a talk box. I want to get a talk box. I want to get a talk box so bad. I'm just gonna hide this. I'd be so powerful if I got a talk box. I'd be the VTuber with the talk box. Can you guys imagine? That'd be so much fun. There's one time I got turned. I don't know what those words mean. I'll let you guys have that conversation. I made that brush too big. No one VTuber should have such power. Of the talk box? You guys, okay. I'm gonna assume, like, not everyone here knows what a talk box is. So a talk box, I'm gonna explain now. It's kind of like, it's an addition that you can put on, like, a synth, usually. I mean, I assume you'd put it on a, you know, I don't think you'd plug it into anything else, but you can put it on a synth. And you put this tube in your mouth. And then you play notes on the synth. And then, like, your voice comes out with, like... your voice comes through the synth with the notes that the synth is playing. In a kind of auto-tune style, but more vocoder style. Think, like, Daft Punk, right? I'd have Daft Punk's power. I'm working on you guys with your Yu-Gi-Ohs. Oh, you people. You guys are studying Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, I study the blade. Well, I play Uno and win 4 consecutive times in a row. Fortunately, that's too many words that I don't get! I don't understand. Ultra rare and super. That doesn't give any context. You're still talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, right? I don't know. It doesn't give enough context for me to get in on this conversation. I mean, sure, but like, I also don't like. I didn't know you had to get cards. I don't think you understand how little I know about Yu-Gi-Oh! This reminds me when people were trying to get me into League. Exodia is a set of 5 cards where you or if you get them all in your hand, you win the game. That's the most, okay, cool. You get cards from packs or in Master Duel. You can disassemble ones you have for points to craft ones you want. That's making a little sense to me. Big sigh. I'm gonna take my last sip of water. You can't dehydrate me, I'm too quick. All gone. I'm so fast. Or there's too much delay. Either way, I'm hydrated. I need to render these ones too. Good enough. Oh, wait. There are different tiers of rarity, and if you need to disassemble 3, okay, I see. So ultra rares show up not very commonly, and you'll have to get rid of 3 of them. When you do have 3, you do- okay, cool. So it's the law of equivalent exchange, is what you're saying. Do 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 do. This was reminding me of how gacha people talk. Not super equivalent, well, whatever. In the original Fullmetal Alchemist series, they talked about how it isn't actually equivalent or something. I don't remember how the original Fullmetal Alchemist series went. Card games are okay, I see. I was gonna say, this reminds me of my friends who play Genshin. At first, I didn't play Genshin out of principle, because I'm like, you're stealing from Breath of the Wild, brr. But now I'm like, just afraid of to become what I've seen of people. Speaking of gacha, let me talk about 5 gacha games I play. The chances of getting cards that you want are way better than Genshin. Ah, okay, I see, I see. Dang, these curls are really coming together. We all fall to gacha eventually. Ah, so you say. But you see, I'm too dumb to actually comprehend like how to play a lot of gacha games. So the joke's on you. And the gacha overlords. Gotcha! I like physical gachapon machines though. I think they're called gachapon. You know where the little toys come out? I like those. Oh, that's a lot of text. There are different packs that have specific sets, and you can choose to focus on those packs, like, or should you desire them. Like, if you really want Lunalights, which I adore, you can just cram into the Moonlight Avian Dance Pack, because half the cards are random from each card in the game, and half of them are from a set. I think I got some of that. I think some of that might be in my head, or maybe not. Oh man, I promise you, once I click the end stream button, this knowledge is just gonna vanish from my brain. Things that happen in chat are not permanent. Or like permanent in my head. Did I already start on it? No, I think I barely got started on the rendering there, okay. Well, Forv does remember to go check out the Lunalights, or the Lunalight cards. They have nice art. Ah, put them in the Discord. That will more likely guarantee that I'll check them out. Toggle jacket and a dehydrate. Alrighty, hold on. We'll unzip like this now. And I will not drink water. Thank you for the dehydrate. Nice. I actually done like a fair amount of rendering on these curls. Well, not rendering, just adding in like more defined shadows. It's cold, alrighty. We're toggled back up, it's chilly. It's too cold to be unzipped. There's this card game that like I got reminded of suddenly. Not the kind of card game you guys in chat would probably play. More board game style. It's called Cover Your Assets. You know, you hear the funny play on words there? Yeah, cover your assets. So, I don't know actually how I'm gonna go about explaining this. It's kind of difficult to explain. Never mind. Pretend like I didn't say it, but it is a fun game. There's a back and forth part of it that reminded me of you guys toggling the jacket back and forth. Where you can like challenge someone's... Anyways. There's no way I'm gonna be able to explain this properly. Oh, I forgot this huge one in the middle. Oh, there's two in the middle. Lame! Alright, let's do it. It's looking better, though. Like, it's actually happening. Hold on really quick. Big stretch! I need to do a stretch redeem. He challenged someone's... Oh, I mean, okay, the premise of the game is that, I don't know, you, like, come into, like... I don't know, you get a bunch of, like, belongings from someone that are worth a certain amount of money. Dehydrate again? Alrighty, just for you, Kano. You get a bunch of belongings, probably, like, some kind of inheritance kind of deal. And, they all have, like, a value to them. And you have to, like, stack them in a certain way, which doesn't really make any sense. But basically, you just want to have the most money by the end of the game. And then some of the cards are, like, valuable. Like, houses are the most valuable. There's, like, coin collections, which are not very valuable, but still, you know, if you get a lot of them, then that's still good. And then there's, cards that are just, like, straight up silver and gold. Which are kind of like free, the free spaces. I don't know. The name of this, it's called Cover Your Assets. It's not like Monopoly, it's purely a card game. It really, like, the context of it doesn't really make any sense at all. It's pretty fun though. Yeah, like that, exactly. You know, a card game that makes you, hate your friends. 100% orange juice. 100% orange juice. I've never even heard of that before. If you link it in the Discord, though, I might check it out later. That's my ploy, to get people to join my Discord server. I'll just tell everyone... Yeah, you can't show me things unless you link them in the Discord server. So I've got the memory of a goldfish. I'm not gonna remember them. But if it really matters to you. More like the memory of... That's what I said! Did I not say that? Frick, I don't remember. Got him. Oh, and I colored all these already. Alrighty, whatever. I don't know, honestly, but people, I know, joke about hating each other after playing that game. Interesting, okay. You know what's worse than Monopoly? The Monopoly video game that, like, people will stream. It's just, like, it's just worse. It's, I don't know why, but Monopoly, the video game, is much worse than board game Monopoly. I bought it for the Switch because it was on sale one time. And every single time, by luck, I've lost. And I'm very annoyed about that. So I never played it again after like the 2 times that I did. It just got really unfun. The chances I was just being a sore loser, I would say 50%. But no, it was the game, it was rigged. The only game that makes me hate someone is Fate Grand Order. When my friend gets any SSR character and I haven't gotten a single one in 7. Is that a gotcha? Perhaps is it a gotcha? Yep. Gotcha. Is that why they're called gotcha? Because they gotcha money? Or like, I really want this character, and they're like, yeah, gotcha. No character. I know it's just a Japanese, like, word. But still. Have you guys? Okay, so there's a game. I don't know if it's like, because I have it on the Switch and I play it like, what's it called? Couch co-op, right? When you're just like actually in person. But there's a game that I really love. It's called Heave Ho. And I don't know if there's like on the oh, we're getting real chilly now. I don't know if it's online. Or if it is online, I think the servers weren't good or something like that. But it's such a fun game. If you have a Switch and you have friends or family members around you, highly recommend buying Heave Ho. It is so much fun. You can do a bit of tomfoolery. You can work together as a team. The options are really endless. It's incredible. It's got like Overcooked vibes. If you liked playing Overcooked. I only like the first Overcooked myself. If you ever played Overcooked 2, because that's the one that's more popular for some reason, and you were like, this is okay, I guess, and you just never picked it up again, might I recommend to you Overcooked 1. Same concept, but better executed, I think. And yeah, there was like something like about Overcooked 2. I feel like they tried to make too many new like functions or something. I know, that's the thing. Which is, it's too bad. Because again, I have real life friends who I play with a lot of the time. Yeah, both. Yeah, I've got both too. I don't know why, just like for some reason Overcooked 2 was just like less fun. I tried playing the Overcooked All You Can Eat, which is 1 and 2. Yeah, I heard the servers were bad for that though. I don't know. But I have Overcooked 1 on my Switch and I played that, and it's like the most fun I've ever had on a co-op game. And then actually I think I streamed Overcooked 2 with Sugi one time. And I was like, I think Sugi and I were both just like, hey, we're really not having any fun at all. Do you want to play anything else? And then I think we played Stardew. But yeah, Overcooked 1 is where it's at. Who is your love in Stardew? I usually go after Shane. But I'm like, I'm also open to other characters. Like, I've heard Penny is a good option. I might try out Penny at some point. My favorite Stardew Valley YouTuber, Therm. He hates Elliot, so I'll probably, out of respect, just not ever go after Elliot. Abigail, Emily. Emily's fun. She's cute. I get like a lot of friendship points with Emily, like every single time I play, and I don't know why. You open seat. Nice! That's half the battle. You're doing it. You were drawing. You're the artist now. My phone, or rather Reddit, needs to chill out. Bunch of white knights come into my defense. Yeah, maybe one day I'll tell you guys about my past identity, because the stuff on my that I've done as my past identity, a lot more notable than the stuff I've done as RJ. I had some art that I did as my past identity that I did for someone that ended up getting memed a lot. Like, there's a good chance you guys have seen this art around. I think one day I'll share it with you guys. There's I had like a condition in my head though, as to like when or why I would share with you guys like my past identity. Frick, Reddit needs to chill out. But yeah, I've had some viral stuff happen. If I did show you, I don't think you guys, well, I don't know. But I feel like you guys would just be like, huh? Oh no. That's all I'm gonna tell you. It's fun to tease it though. I feel like some people would be like the sickos meme. What remind me. Hold on. My face is just very itchy right now for some reason. Why? Wait a minute. If you think you know, then you DM me first. Probably, yeah, again, if you think you know, you DM me first, and then if you're correct, then I'll confirm. Keep it to yourself. I don't know if I'm ever actually gonna share, by the way. So far, only one person has figured it out, and that's Renuma. And it wasn't, according to Renuma, she didn't figure me out from the art of mine that was memed. Because my style is a bit different now. She figured it out from, you'll be holding your cards to your chest as a skeleton in your grave. She figured it out because, she actually knew, she recognized it from my more recent art from the old account. And then I told her, and then she was like, yeah, it's too different. But I think, in my opinion, as someone who is kind of blind to my own art, I think my current style is closer to the art that was memed than my other style. Like, I don't know. If someone figures it out, then maybe I'll just tell everyone. It's the one where there's someone outside the window saying, yes, haha, yes! With the word sickos. I don't think I know that meme. I don't keep up on my memes. Generally, I don't keep. I don't know. Memes are those things where you don't really keep up with them. Sometimes they just find you. basically this. Let me see. Let me take a look. I've never seen that before. But yes, that's my meme. I drew it. After having said I've never seen it before. Yes. Ryan and I actually met through, my artwork that got memed. It wasn't memed at the time, though. I think the main reason I haven't shared, like, my past, like, identity— well, I like the idea of suspense. That's fun. But also, people in real life know me as, like, that past identity. And I don't think I could deal with a lot of people in real life knowing me as a VTuber. I don't think I could deal with that. So it's more protection of my past life than it is of, RJ. I'd assume it's because you'll create risk of blowing yourself up. Nah. No, I mean, like, here's the thing, okay? Because I've had a few things that have gotten very popular. And that's not a brag, and I'll tell you why. There's no, like, if you can just get popular, but there's no point of it unless you are able to maintain it. I guess. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, if you can't maintain it, and I didn't maintain it at the time because I didn't really know what I was doing. And I didn't really, you know I was gonna get memed or anything. And I also, part of me becoming a VTuber was me wanting to move on from the meme. But, my old identity is known for things, but not necessarily, like, a big account, I guess. How's this hair looking? Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty nice. Yeah, you know. You get it. Alright, now I'm actually gonna render this stuff. But yeah, I've had, like, I'll say it candidly, because it doesn't really matter. That's pretty— thank you! A lot of work's gone into this. I mean, the whole almost 2 hours I've been streaming now. But, yeah, I mean, like, I've had my stuff get popular, like, even, like, with RJ, the jagged zipping stuff has gotten pretty popular. Or not pretty you know. I had a post, oh, frick. Wait, what the heck? Did I merge those two? When? How long ago? Frick. I've made a huge mistake. Hi, Kira. How are you doing? I made a big ol' oopsie. Okay, here's the plan. I can do this. Wait, okay, I undid it. Okay. So at one point, because these layers got merged, but wait, now they're unmerged. Okay, then Control Z. Control Shift Z. Okay, I think this is the earliest, and I think that's fine. Okay, we're good. No, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. No, we're fine. We're fine. It's okay. I almost freaked out a lot. But yeah, yeah, my original jacket zipping post, and that was like a year, like more than a year ago at this point, which is crazy to think about. But I just posted like a GIF like straight out of Live 2D of my jacket getting zipped up, and this was on like RJ 1.1. So like that blew up to the point where Live 2D actually recognized it, which was really cool. Live 2D gave me like a little an award pin kind of for just being an active member of the community and doing something cool. That was super cool. But yeah, then like here's what happened. So I got like, that's what got me to 1,000 followers on Twitter, which was really cool. I'd never gotten 1,000 followers on Twitter before. But yeah, so that got me there. And then I think, let me think. So, but then after like I hit like 1.4 or something. Yeah, I have this little pin and I have no idea where to put it. But I love owning it. It's really cool. And it has RJ Hinode engraved on the back, which is just super neat. But yeah, so after that post, I think I plateaued probably around like 1,300 followers for a really long time. And then I posted my full model showcase, which hit me up to, I think, 1.7k. And then I stayed there for like, I posted that in June, and I stayed at about 1.7k until very recently. I mean, I probably plateaued around like 1.6k, and then I like slowly built up. But like, yeah, that's the thing, is you can really easily just fall into like growth, no growth, growth, no growth. And that's really the only way I've been able to grow as a VTuber. It's just little instances of virality, I suppose. And I knew the raffle, that's yeah, and then I posted the raffle, and that got me up quite a bit. That got me up to 2k finally, which was planned. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did the raffle to push my I mean, that's why people do raffles. I did the raffle to push my exposure a little bit, and that was for that, you know, that was just for my re-debut. But yeah, that's how I've grown on social. Yeah, a little masterclass in social media growth for you guys. Just go viral every now and then. But yeah, I did the art raffle, and then unexpectedly I posted one of my clips and that blew up. I did not expect that to happen at all. I was expecting like maybe 50 likes from the community, but that just shot right up to 1,000 for whatever reason. It's the clip of me like sticking my tongue out. Yeah. I mean, in the end, it's business, you know. This isn't me being like I'm popular. No, it's like, it's growth and it's numbers, and it's, you know, it's me growing an online. It is business. It's business in the end, and that's what a lot of people don't get. I think you see a lot of posts about lots of posts about like, don't let the numbers get to your head, which is correct. You know, you shouldn't let the numbers, but also like, if you halted your growth, don't let that get to your head. I know, like, for me it used to, but at some point, like, you just kind of like, it's not personal. That's what it is. It's like, well, I feel like people kind of preach the wrong message. And this might be like a slightly controversial thing to say. I don't really think it is, but a lot of people are like, it's not about the numbers, and it's about the fun, but it's kind of about the numbers. Like, if you're marketing yourself as like a presence on the internet, then yeah, numbers are gonna matter. But what doesn't matter is like, or you know, it's not like a reflection of you though, is I guess what I'm trying to say. Yeah, numbers matter because you're trying to grow an online presence, but they don't like, it's not a reflection of who you are if your numbers start to dip. It shouldn't ever be taken personally. And I think that's what needs to be, like, I guess, preached. It's not personal, you know, it's just about, It's just about whatever works and whatever doesn't work. Gotta push the numbers somehow. Grabbing interest is the only way you'll really move forward. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Numbers matter, but not so much that you should be shaking or crying if the number. Yeah, exactly. Like, frick, I'm a freelance artist. And I've been a freelance artist, like, since I was a lot younger than I am now. Numbers mean income, you know? Numbers do matter. But yeah, they should never be taken personally, and I think that's the message that needs to be spread around. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It really is more on just like marketing yourself rather than being good or bad. It's about how you sell it. And I know that for a fact because I know a lot of really, really amazing artists who I've followed who have never gotten like over 1K followers. And like they do commissions and stuff. So I know it's not about how I know it's not about like the reflection of who you are. Or about, you know. It's nothing personal. It's all about marketing. I don't even think I'm very good at it. I found a few instances of, I don't know, I guess going viral, for the lack of a better word. But there are people who can, like, grow a social media account to, like, 10,000 followers in, like, a month. It's crazy, man. Trying to do stuff that works. And then, like, of course... Like, I could invest more into it. That's another thing. It's like, here's a thing you see a lot with VTubers. And this isn't no way a call out, because it's a strategy. Lots of VTubers will get like, or sometimes they think about turning to the dark side. TikTok. No, though, they work fairly well. It's like not even the dark side. I wish I had the energy to do that. Like Ryan's really good at TikTok. And, I'm really envious of that. She's built up like a real, like, for me at least, I don't know how TikTok quite works, but she's built up an insane platform on TikTok. Like, I think she's currently at 16,000. You gotta post like 3 times. Yeah. So I'm really like, oh, there it is. Hold on. I really admire Ryan's ability to do that. It's a different perspective. Most people don't know what it's like on the other side. It's sad, but number coincide with validation. If they are low, people feel sad and unmotivated. Yes, absolutely, I agree with that. However, one of the biggest lessons you can learn in this career is that there are a lot of highs and lows. You just need to learn that it doesn't mean it's a reflection of— Yes, exactly. Growth in this type of work is slow and takes time. You just need to cherish the journey. You know what's up. You know what's up. Yeah, no. I 100% agree with you. It is validating though. Ryan, I was just talking about you. I'm working. Or hardly working. Wonder if you can get by doing YouTube shorts every few days. I would totally just showcase a little plugin or technique. Yeah. I was thinking I could just, you know, because I'm recording this as like a, yeah, Ryan, I was talking about different ways that people grow, like, online, and I was talking about how you, like, have like a really, or you're like, you do TikTok well. And I was saying, I admire you for that, for being able to, like, keep up with that grind. Yeah, I don't know anything about TikTok. But yeah, it's a crazy world out there. Yeah, no, that's... Frick, I can imagine. I said you smell weird, yeah. I'm roasting you live. I don't know. And then... I will say... Oh yeah, what I was saying earlier, like... the strategies for like growing on like Twitter. I'm looking at it. I got in like with an artist perspective, so I knew like, okay, if I post like fan arts, that'll fan arts of things that are like currently trending, like that'll help me out a lot. But I look at it now from like a content creator perspective rather than just an artist trying to sell artwork. And then this is what I was saying before. A strategy that is not in any way a call out is you see a lot of VTubers, you see a lot of VTubers like get a lot of scabs. And like, frick, I wish I could. But it's just like people see that and they're like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes we can fall into the trap of being like, I wish, it's just because you have money. But no, it's an investment. Like, it's something that's gonna help your growth. And also, getting commissions is just nice. And that's what VTuber models are also, it's just investments. And sometimes they work out, sometimes it doesn't. You just gotta, you can either give in or you can keep persevering and trying more things. But yeah, so a lot of VTubers, that's the way a lot of VTubers grow, is they'll commission art of themselves and it'll just look really cool. And also there's like the model reveals and stuff like that. That's why I can't ever shame model reveals or like hidden behind like follow goals and stuff like that. I know a lot of people, there's a lot of negativity surrounding them, but like if it works then it's it's not a bad thing. Content creation is 75% stubborn. Exactly. It's a lot of work. And like, yeah, like Ryan and I will go back and forth because I think we both take this pretty seriously. I know a lot of YouTubers who it's more of a hobby for them, which super like understandable. And it's probably healthier mentally if it is. But Ryan and I, we both like put a lot of work into what we do. And like, I don't know, we message each other stuff like back and forth. Ryan will like tell me about the new video or like new ASMR video she's been editing. I'll show her like whatever model progress I've done. But like, it is kind of rewarding. It's fun to see stuff that works, and it's good to understand stuff that doesn't. I mean, I think it's weird to ask people to follow you without providing anything yet. I mean, that's like their decision. That's my take on it. It's like you can ask people to follow you and then they can say yes or no. And if they want to follow you, it's up to them. And if it works, then it works. Like that's the other thing. That's like the thing about content creation. If it works, it works, Spoken like a true leader. I don't know if I'm a leader. More just like I have a bit of experience in trying to grow an online presence. My opinion on the decision. Yeah. Do not follow me on twitter.com. Pro tips. On RJ Hinode. Twitch stream. rjhinode.com. Join my Discord. Yeah, it's a wild ride though. Will say, like, with the amount of times I've gone viral on my other, like, I guess on my old online persona, I'm making a lot more money as RJ than I ever did as my old life. Even though I went viral all those times. Yeah, my goals with content creation is I want to get more into YouTube. I mentioned this briefly about like wanting to make animatics. I want to get into the animatic community on YouTube because they just seem cool. I want to make animatics. It's a lot of work though. Like I have one animatic that's just like fully storyboarded. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. I know some people who have made like animatics and stuff. They seem chill. The mental decision to follow Twitter users is so weird. Like I'll see some gorgeous art, like and retweet, scroll by. without a second thought. But one guy likes my post and has a profile picture from a thing I like and immediately smash. Ah, interesting. I feel like, I don't know, the way I like use Twitter feels different from the way other people do. I don't like retweet hardly anything. And a lot of the times, like, well, it's because I'm afraid to like, I'm afraid to clutter up my own Twitter profile with things that aren't from me directly. Got that ugly mobile Twitch to like, ah. Getting back into musicals lately too. Yeah. Wish I knew how to use Twitter. I don't know how to use Twitter. I just know I came from Instagram. That's my content creation background. Now Instagram's a mess. Yeah, I'm a refugee from Instagram. But yeah, I've been wanting to use, I've been wanting to do a lot more YouTube content. I wanted to do like, here, I'll show you guys actually. My Twitter pet peeve is when VTubers post live notifications. Ah, fair, and they don't, there's no other kind of, like content on it. Twitter's weird. Yeah, Twitter is like the hub. That's, like, it's not like a place where you should grow your content, even though it's the place where I grew all my or where I grew my community. I get why people separate personal and professional accounts for this stuff. I don't know if I care enough to retain a professional page, or to maintain a professional page, when my work is not not at all professional anyways. It's, you gotta like, yeah, it's keeping up with it that's the pain. I've been wanting to make video essays for ages, but it's so hard to find time. Yeah, that's the other thing, it's just like, that's why it's kind of nice to do art streams. Because, I mean, I guess this is a raffle prize, but it's like, I can do a little bit of work on stream and not feel guilty about streaming. Which I appreciate. But yeah, I want to do more YouTube content. That's what I want my focus to be more on that than anything else. That's why I schedule. I can't even like, scheduling is just like another thing I have to do. Like, why would I schedule something when I could just like get to work? And then you know, just immediately stress out about everything. Improvise a beatbox! Hey! Make YouTube videos or else. Literally cannot schedule my own. Yeah, I can't schedule for crap. I think it's an ADHD thing. I made, I did edit down my re-debut for YouTube. Everyone go watch that! I'm plugging it again. Everyone go subscribe to my YouTube. And also, watch my, my debut highlights video. It's the first time I've like edited down a VOD. I'm pretty happy with it. Oh, I forgot about this curl. Okay. But yeah, YouTube content. Oh, and then I have to like, gotta balance like, cause live 2D, like doing live 2D commissions is where I get most of my income. Yeah, I'm poor, if you didn't know. You have a timer because you could set your socials to post automatically like every half hour or so. Oh yeah, I do schedule tweets every now and then. Good work on— thank you! Wait, like what do you mean like post, or like as in just like schedule a bunch of tweets in a row? And then just like have that be content? Like that, is that what you mean? Because I've done that, but I also just, I can't think of like, in chat. No, I don't have that. Okay, that makes more sense. Should I blend this? Is it worth it? No. Everything was a mess. Opaque water. This is what I need to start using. This tool. Oh, that's kind of nice. Or I'll put this in the server so you actually have a chance to check it out. But in FL Studio, one of the craziest plugins people like a lot is— does it work in Logic? I use Logic. People like a lot is Patcher, which allows you to use and route several signals through any path you want of any effects plugin. And you can map changes to knobs or XYZ graphs in a UI. Basically a DIY Plugin maker. Oh? Now that's interesting. Okay. I don't use FL. I'll check out bot timer. I don't know how to do like the custom bot thing like you have with Bo. Ryan. The demo. Yeah. I've always used Logic because I grew up with GarageBand. I'm a GarageBand baby. I'm actually gonna fix a lot of this rendering with this brush. This is a nice brush. I don't know why I don't use this brush more often. That's too much. Okay. That's fine. Sure. Teach me the ways. Yeah, that's the reason I want to focus on YouTube content, is because I actually suck at streaming. Yeah, my rendering looks a lot nicer with this brush, I think. I'm gonna use this brush now. Look at that. A serenade! Hold on, I've been learning, okay, I got you. Do you want to play it for, like, from the beginning? Hold on, I can play it, like, from the beginning. Wait, hold on. Wait, no, it's bad. No, I'm just gonna play it from the melody. Okay, hold on. Ah. That was really bad. That was really bad. That was my bad. Hold on, I'll play a little bit more. Wait. Yay! Oh shoot, I forgot to bring out my melodica. I'm still getting used to the new Hold on. Ryan. I started learning this song lately. I think you like this song. Let me I'll play it and you remind me. Oh shoot. You guys know it? You guys know it? You know that's... I know you talked about this song, I don't know if you actually know it well. That's Error. You know, I started learning that recently. Dang, if I plugged it... Hold on. Frick. Okay, next time I'll plug in my piano. Like my actual keyboard. And I'll play the whole song, maybe. If I can figure out how to do it. Red Widow, you mentioned one time how I can play keyboard on stream because OBS only recognizes my interface as one input, and you know I've got two inputs. Listening to a lot of vocal lately. Yeah, the reason I thought about Error was because that one VTuber Vocaloid tuner that I like learned was a VTuber recently. She did a cover, like an Utao cover of Error with Namine Ritsu, and it got really popular, and I've known about it for a while. You gotta, oh my goodness, go to sleep. Thank you for hanging out, Cream Pea. Yeah. Thank you so much! You know what? I'll put the jacket back on, a jacket flap on your way out. You listen to covers of Vocaloid music, I haven't really seen any of them in a while. I liked Vocaloid a lot when I was like young, when I was a young kid. Then I had a phase where I wasn't so into them, but now I'm like really into them again. Yeah, spoiler alert for the song that I'm covering. I think it's a pretty popular Vocaloid song, but I've not seen it covered. It's kind of an older one. It was my anthem though when I was a kid. Yeah, I like this brush a lot more. That's a lot nicer. I think the first Vocaloid song I heard was a cover of Leia. I don't think I know that one. Yeah, I'm excited for the cover to happen because I'm really excited to hear someone mix my voice that's not me. I've tried vocal mixing, but I've only ever had like practice on myself. And I hate my own voice, so you can imagine how well that went. Vocaloid has some solid bops. No, Vocaloid, like, I like Vocaloid music a lot because a lot of the like OG producers just like existed in their parents' basement. You can hear it in their music. Like a lot of them are just like, or they just started out as like, you know, just like really amateurs. And I love the way amateur production sounds. Like, I don't know if that's just me. There's just something nice about it. Should I start going in with my other like very smooth brush? Kenshi, yeah, Hachi, he went by Hachi I think at the time. Yeah, he did, you should let me practice on your voice sometime since I'm, you know what, Ryan? I'd be down. Yeah. I love that guy's stuff. I've talked about this a lot, but I really want to cover a Sand Planet someday. Okay, I'm gonna start with my other brush. It's like it's in my range, and it's just a nice. I really love that song. It's such a bop. Really want to cover Sand Planet someday. OBS won't recognize FL Studio, so I'll just have to record full screen and crop it after the fact. It won't recognize Fruity Loops? Why? Ah, that sucks. Yeah, so I produce my music on Logic. Because I'm a little baby that grew up with GarageBand, as I've mentioned. And the reason why I didn't start streaming on my laptop, which, you know, obviously sounds really stupid in hindsight, but I really wanted to start streaming on my laptop, is because Macs suck at streaming. Have I tried Lost Ark at all? I've not tried Lost Ark. I don't know if it's the kind of game I'd be interested in, though. Maybe I'll give it a try. I don't know, who knows. Yeah, I'm not so much into the MMOs. Don't know why, but it just doesn't get weird. Well, yeah, I guess just to record display mode, then crop it. But yeah, even like, so yeah, I do all my music production on my laptop. on my MacBook. And even like every now and then I would even try like streaming. I would try streaming just like my music production on Discord so my friends could listen. And like Macs are built in a way that like you can't stream audio. Like from any source, I think. It's something weird like that. You have to like get some like outside plugin if you want it to work. Which is just a lot of work for me and my dumb unable to do anything with technology brain. Yeah, it's just like, what was I supposed to do? Yeah. So that's actually and then I did like some test streams with my laptop, and obviously that went about as well as you could expect it to. Macs are not built for streaming. And like it wasn't even like a beefy game I tried to stream. I tried streaming Don't Starve and just lagged up the wazoo. But yeah. What brush did I use for the line art? Oh, okay, so I actually have this brush, no, not this one. It's this one. I got it from, I think Clea. Hold on, I think I can find that really quick. It might be Red Juice's brush. Because Clea had it in her frequently asked questions on her Twitch. And I was like, that looks like a good brush, I want to try that out. Let me find that. Okay. About? Does she not have it frequently asked on her stream? Ah, I don't see it here. I don't know, but I think I found it from Clea. It's not her brush. But I found that she was using it. Might be Red Juice's. But that's all I can offer you. Hardware and software wise, Macs are not optimal for content. Yeah, not at all. It sucks too because most of the classes that teach stuff related to that are on which is weird. I've noticed that too actually. Yeah, here, hold on. I think I can copy paste this in the name of this brush. If I like... No, that didn't work. Hold on. If I open it up in the settings. You guys can't see this, but I can. I don't know if I can copy paste this to you. But search Red Juice on Twitter, I think. I think he did Iris's model, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, though. But I'm pretty sure it's his. And then everything else I use is like the default tools. I just wanted to not use because in like my old stuff that I did for liner, I just used to use the classic like hard round brush. This, you know, that like that kind of thing. So I was like, you know what, I want variation. I want, like, if I'm not gonna do my own, if I'm not gonna add line weight into my drawings, then I'll figure out a different way. Yeah, okay, I think it was them. Yeah, actually, back to Max and content creation. I used to, so I got Logic Pro in a package with, Final Cut? I think that's the Mac program for video editing. Like a long time ago. So I was like, ah, yeah, okay, that'll be great for if I decide to, like, you know, do more content creation stuff, which now I am. Except that, like, my Mac is, like, it is a laptop, so it just doesn't render things very well. Or it just takes 50 years. So I've also heard some complaints about Final Cut. So now I do my editing with Premiere, which is pretty intuitive. I cannot complain so far. I downloaded like I downloaded like a preset pack for Premiere. It's like called Earthquakes, or the Ultimate Earthquake Pack. That I used just a few times, you know, just a few times in my, my re-debut video edit. It's fun, I like presets in, Premiere, and also in, After Effects, which I know just a little bit about. I know enough After Effects that I'm, like, not uncomfortable in the program. I'm gonna save really quick, that's a good idea. Yeah, I know just enough After Effects to where I'm not uncomfortable in the program. And like, I know where most things are. But I just know so little about motion graphics as a whole. And I'm really bad at graphic design. Which is why I got Renuma to make my overlays. Frick, dude. I'm really bad at graphic design. It's like ridiculous how bad I am at it. You'd think as like someone who's literally like sold character designs. And like I really enjoyed making character designs actually. That's just part of the thing that I do. How much can I bench press? All of it. That's how much. Also, what's up, GM Hisoka? How are you? A jacket flap. Hold on. A jacket flap. Welcome. Couple of jacket flaps. I'm feeling generous today. I can bench press the entire bench. Just all of it. Now, did I just like stop rendering at one point? I didn't even finish this curl. Frick. Let me finish this. It's a lot nicer rendering this mass of hair with people to talk to, so I appreciate all of you guys being here. These really do look like guts when you're like up when you're like up close in the masses. Gross, they look like intestines. Alright, we have two like slightly rendered curls. The attention to detail is crazy. Yeah, I know. I told you I had a strategy going in. I don't know, that's a lot to render. Okay. I'll just add these little doodads in there every now and then, make it look like I know what I'm doing. Usually what happens when I start rendering hair is I just kind of black out and then it's done. But no, you know what? I feel like I know what I'm doing today. Weirdly enough. Alright, let's zoom out. Okay. That's pretty good. That's not bad. Okay, I'm gonna render one more curl, and then I'm gonna hop off. I need a break. But yeah, progress is being made. Pretty good. And there are plans to stream tomorrow, same time. I'll be streaming Don't Starve with Ryan Sugi, probably. I need to tell Wolfric, he's been missing Sugi. And I implore you all to draw crazy amounts of hair. Because once you figure out how to do it, it's like one of those like head empty things you can do, you know? You think I'm alright? Okay. No! Draw crazy amounts of hair. Don't leave me in the dust. Don't leave me hanging, I guess. That's not a great curl, but I'm not gonna do any more with it. If you don't mind me asking, what kind of YouTube content do you plan on making? Just animatics? Yeah, kinda. Okay, actually, I was gonna show you. Yeah, animatics, and then, Ryan, the lovely Ryan Lovely, has offered to make me, like, clip compilations, so those will be going up whenever she has enough clips. But I'll show you, I didn't want to just do, like musical animatics. There's this art YouTuber that I've followed for a long time. Well, not for that long, actually. For, like, a few years. Who, She'll make like these little like animatic skit kind of things. I'll link her channel. Oh, she's almost at 1 million. Oh, good for her. Let me link her channel really quick. But yeah, specifically, so like the kind of animatic she does that are almost more like skits. I have like a few ideas for like those because I think they're fun. They're funny. I also like, I don't know if I'd ever, this would be after like I did a few animatics, but I like the storytime animator kind of style. I might just like tell some stories or something. I like telling stories. Like the way like the storytime animators do. Or share my opinions because I think they're very important for everyone to know. But yeah, other than that, I'll be editing down, I don't know, VODs for like content that I find like more worth it. Like one that I wanted to edit down was Sugi and I, like a while back, we did a Skyrim race. And which we were basically like, we both started a Skyrim account from the very beginning. And we had we had like these objectives, and each of the, was it 9 holds? And we had to complete like all these different objectives, and whoever, you know, finished first is the winner. So like they were just fun objectives. Like in Whiterun you had to kill Nazim. In Riften you had to take some sapphires from Sapphire. In the one in Solitude, which you just had to get the Wabbajack. That was fun. But yeah, I'd like to edit down that kind of content because I don't know, I find that stuff really fun. Oh, and I also I also had some ideas for video essays, but I don't know if they'd fit the theme of the channel. Oh, also covers. I want to get more into that. And possibly like original songs. Basically just like anything I can think to do. Probably not video essays though. As much as I'd love to share my opinions about media with everyone. I wanted to make a video essay about Detroit Become Human. And I've had that idea for a long time. Also about Raya and the Last Dragon. Remember that Disney movie? Probably not. But yeah, I have lots of ideas. And I write them all down because I will forget them if I don't. What are your thoughts on media? Oh, don't even get me started on media. I think media can be good and it can be bad. I think my first video essay will be my list of complaints about Twilight Princess. I'm gonna ban you from the channel. I'm banning you from everything if you do that. No, I don't care. But I don't know if I'd ever make a video essay about Twilight Princess though. I feel like, you know, everything that I like about it has already been said. At the end of the day, it's your channel, and whatever you're proud of putting out there, you should. Don't worry about it if it fits your brand, since at the end of the day, you are. Yay! That's true. Yeah, I feel like it might be a little bit weird, if I'm making like these animatics with like, you know, audio from whatever, and where I'm making my animatics with my own scripts and stuff like that, and then suddenly there's a 40-minute video essay on the pros and cons. Windowsills 33, thank you so much for the follow. Jack of Flaps, welcome to the channel. Much appreciated, thank you. I'll keep the jacket on now. I think it's been long enough. But yeah, I don't know, it'd be a bit random to have like just a random 40-minute video essay on the pros and cons of Detroit Become Human. Well, I think, frankly, it's a really fun game that did a lot of things right, but really just fell flat on a lot of other areas. Alright, that's a rendered curl. I'm gonna go back through with the other brush though and kind of cleaned up. Pro, Connor. Yeah, exactly. Cons, Marcus's whole storyline. I don't know, it just could have been done better. I remember I was talking to a friend about Detroit Become Human when it was like first, you know, when it was like actually popular. And like, okay, I'll not to spoil the video essay that's definitely gonna happen. But one of my concerns with the game is like, especially in the Marcus storyline, you know, they start converting androids to like become like, what are they called, deviant? But like, what if the android was just like happy? Like, what if the family was just also like who is Marcus, you know, to be, why is Marcus the civil leader? He grew up in a really posh life. Like, why is he the leader of this rebellion? Like, the artist dude was really nice to him. And I feel like he would be the one person to be like, I don't know, I'm kind of happy just being, you know, just working for this one dude. He's really chill. Yeah, that's my thing. It's like, I feel like some of the androids would be kind of cool with, like, doing the work that they've been given. Not every one of them would just be like, okay, I will just be a slave for the other side now. You know, the actual reason why this happens probably because they had this whole thing planned out and then they scrapped it last minute. That's what I've learned is a lot of the reasons for things that are half-baked. Have you played any other David Cage games? I watched Let's Plays. I'll be honest, I watched Let's Plays of those games. At the time when they were coming out, I had even less money. But I watched a Let's Play of Beyond Two Souls, which I honestly think Stranger Things ripped off. Not that it's that creative of a plotline, but it's like there's some very specific elements of Beyond Two Souls that are exactly the same as Stranger Things. I think the biggest problem with androids is that humans are actively aggressive towards these things that look exactly like them. Yeah, and also, why were they designed to look like humans? There was no reason for them to look like that. I don't know, I think it's kind of neat. But, like, you do bring up a good point. It's literally because racism, that's the reason. Wait, the reason for which part of what I've said? Too many things have happened since then. Yeah, so I mean, you know, David Cage games are interactive movies. Like, there's no doubt about that. Okay, those curls are looking nice. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Those are looking pretty good. I'm gonna save this here. I'll hang out for a bit more, talk about, Detroit Become Human. Then he, should have found a contrived that's fair. Yeah. But yeah, yeah, main problem was, you know, let's just get into this. Why not? That's not even my main problem. There's a lot of problems. But yeah, they just converted them. And they didn't really have any it's like, what's the point of making all these androids that are fighting for a cause if they're just switching, like, you know, they're just switching over from one slave to another. Or a slave with one master to a slave with another master. Yeah, you know, it's like, and like, they didn't even speak. They just kind of like, you know, Marcus like put his hand on it, he's like, you're free now. And then they walked and joined the crowd. Basic Neo, hello, how are you? Jack of Black, welcome. We're talking about the pros and cons of Detroit Become Human. Yeah, speaking of the pros of Detroit Become Human, frick, the scene where Kara takes Alice and runs away from Todd, that was moving. Holy crap. Yeah, it implies that Marcus straight up brain. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, these androids didn't really have a choice. But yeah, okay, so this is why no matter what I can't hate Detroit Become Human. Is because it just did some things like just so well. The whole scene where like Kara like does become deviant. And it made so much sense for Kara to become deviant. Did not really make sense for Marcus to become deviant. It did make sense for Connor to become deviant, but I feel like Connor became a deviant way too easily. Like, Connor was like, you know, he was the voice of Cyberlife for so long. He was Cyberlife 2.0. He was them in their purest form. And then to all of a sudden just like, you know, he's like, okay, I'll just decide to switch sides now. No, he should have like had a mental breakdown. I wanted to see Connor have like a full-on like, what is this? Why am I sentient now? What's happening? Whoever thinks Todd redeems himself does not understand redemption. Well, here's the other part, okay? Spoilers if you haven't played this game from 2018. But here's one of my biggest gripes with the game. Here's actually one of my biggest gripes with the game. That Alice is an android in the end. That is what we call in the industry a plot twist for the sake of a plot twist. And like, it ruins Kara's whole arc. It ruins the whole, Kara and Alice, that was the connection between human and android. That is the connection as to why, like, you know, the whole point of this game is like that we're not different from them. But that, to make Alice an android is to further separate the us and the them, which is a huge issue. They just threw in drama for the sake of drama. Whereas Alice and Kara had this really loving relationship, and it was really beautiful to see this relationship between an android and a human. You have a lot to say about this game. It sounds like it would be perfect for a video essay. It entirely undermines the whole arc question of human-android effect. Yeah, exactly. We already know that androids love each other. Yeah. So, you know, you have... But then you can be like, okay, well, it showed Connor and Hank being a human and android relationship. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But, like, this whole Kara and Alice was so loving. It was such a nice relationship until they decided that they wanted Alice to be an android. It's a great example of principle of people really needing to hear why. Write this down if your big plot twist is worse than if literally nothing changed. Yeah, exactly. I only saw 2 playthroughs in both of them. Hank shot. Oh, really? They really played it wrong then. Plot twist that doesn't earn it and are just done for the sake of shock value sucks. So many good shows, movies. Yeah, exactly. That's like, there's this YouTube channel called like Shafferless, I think. Shafferless Productions, who goes over a lot of like animated films. Believe it or not, I'm into animation, but he basically goes over like Disney and their like, or animation in general, with their trend of like twist villains at the end, and like where they started to fall off. Let me think. Like Zootopia is a great example of that. Zootopia was a really, really fantastic movie that tackled it tackled really real topics in a really like in a really easily digestible way. And I love Zootopia, but the twist villain at the end was so stupid. Anyways, yeah, back to Detroit Become Human. There's a different love between Connor and Hank and Karen Alice was like it was like a motherly love. Forgot to actually say this despite leading up to it twice. The reason androids all convert so easily is because Marcus isn't actually doing anything special. The bad ending reveals that Cyberlife caused the uprising. Oh, does it? They just want people to buy the new, safer ones. Did that really? I didn't have... I don't remember that. I thought I, like, went through all the endings. So that's my bad. But yeah, also, to go back to the pros really quick, that's why I can't hate this game. The scene where Marcus, like, puts himself back together and crawls out of the dump, and, like, where you have to, like, put his, like, I don't know, earpieces all together. Hi, Slanchin, how are you doing? Where you have to, like, put his, like, hearing unit back in or whatever, I guess microphone, and then, like, the sound suddenly becomes, like, unmuffled, and you have to find him a new eye. And then the picture just becomes clearer for you. That's super cool. That's, like, that was so, like, powerful. And then, like, he finally rises up out of, like, the dump, and he walks away. Oh, it's so powerful. The whole emotion behind letting them be human is ruined because, okay, that's stupid. That's really stupid. That upsets me. But I thought, okay, so there was another thing. That sequence, it was horrifying in, like, the best way. But anyways, another thing that happened, and this is more just getting into the lore of the game. Like, years before Detroit Become Human came out, like, whatever, David Cage Studios released a short that introduced Kara, like, that they made an Unreal Engine, just to, like, kind of showcase, like, what they were capable of. And it kind of showed the origins of Kara, where she was given a name and, like, kind of proven to be, like, this sentient android who wanted to be alive, and it was moving. It was nice. But yeah, it's like Detroit Become Human was almost a really, really incredible game. But then they tried, like, they tried one thing too many and tried just way too hard. Anyways. There's other things that I really want to get into, but whatever, I'll save that for the video essay. Let's find someone to raid. Who's streaming? No one in the server, perfect. Anyone in the friends list? No, I'll go on Twitch really quick. I've got a lot to say about this game. Oh, Journey. Perfect, let's raid Journey. If you guys don't know Journey, and I know some of you guys are new, Journey is like a longtime viewer of the channel. He streams some good vibes, some fun music. Raid, oh, that was incorrect. Raid your awesome. I think that's how he spells it. Let me see. Sugi, what are you doing here? Are you in my house right now? I think Sugi's in my house right now. You're in my house, aren't you? I'm not gonna end stream until you answer. I'm pretty sure Sugi's in my home. You know, maybe I'll just end stream. I'll find out. I'll tweet if she's in my home. You're awesome. Okay, I spelled that correctly. Okay, she's in my house. Perfect. I'll go greet Sugi when this is over. Anyways, thanks everyone for hanging out. Journey will be streaming some cool vibes. I appreciate everyone who hung out while I just only rendered hair for the whole almost 3 hours that I was here. But yeah, see you guys later. Goodbye.